Today, we're focusing on the essential aspects of maintenance and construction within property management. This topic covers the fundamental practices that ensure properties are well-maintained and operate efficiently. We'll delve into the importance of regular upkeep to keep buildings in good condition, strategies for enhancing energy efficiency to reduce costs and environmental impact, and the critical role of overseeing construction projects to ensure quality and safety. Additionally, we'll discuss compliance with ADA standards, which is vital for creating accessible and inclusive environments. Understanding these core elements is key to successful property management. In this module, we'll cover several important learning objectives centered around maintenance and construction. First, we'll explain basic maintenance procedures essential for ensuring safe and reliable property operations. This is crucial because proper maintenance keeps everything running smoothly and prevents costly issues. Next, we'll look at strategies to manage energy efficiency, helping to reduce operating costs and improve overall performance. This is not only good for the budget, but also for sustainability. Then we'll differentiate the roles and responsibilities between maintenance personnel and property managers in maintenance management, so you clearly understand who handles what. Finally, we'll discuss key issues related to new construction contracting and ADA compliance to ensure properties meet legal and accessibility standards. Altogether, this unit focuses on operating, maintaining, building, and complying with important regulations to help you manage properties effectively. Maintenance plays a crucial role in the success of any property, and it's much more than just fixing things when they break. First, regular maintenance helps preserve the value of the asset by extending the building's life and preventing costly deterioration. When systems and structures are cared for consistently, they last longer and avoid expensive repairs down the line. Another important aspect is improving efficiency. Well-maintained systems use less energy and function more reliably, which can lead to significant cost savings and smoother daily operations. It also supports the occupants directly. When maintenance is prompt and dependable, it builds tenant trust and encourages them to stay longer. Maintenance also helps reduce risk. By proactively addressing potential issues, we can avoid safety hazards, unexpected downtime, and compliance problems, all of which could otherwise hurt the property's reputation and bottom line. In short, property performance hinges heavily on disciplined maintenance practices, making it a core pillar alongside construction in managing successful real estate assets. On this slide, we're focusing on the basic maintenance procedures that form the foundation of effective facility management. First, routine inspections and carefully planned service schedules are crucial. By catching wear and tear early, we can prevent minor issues from escalating into costly repairs. This proactive approach helps us avoid unnecessary expenses and keeps everything running smoothly. Next, servicing core systems like HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and safety equipment is essential. These systems are the backbone of any operation, and consistent upkeep ensures they remain reliable and safe for everyone involved. Neglecting these can lead to big disruptions, so staying on top of maintenance protects both the facility and its occupants. Finally, documenting all work through clear orders and repair records, combined with timely follow-up, builds accountability. This organized tracking allows for faster responses and better performance management. When everyone knows what's been done and what needs attention, maintenance becomes more efficient and effective overall. These three steps together create a solid foundation for keeping any facility in top shape. Efficiency is key to lowering costs and extending the life of our assets. To achieve operational savings, it all starts with disciplined maintenance decisions. Managing energy efficiency in operations involves several important steps. First, we need to track system performance carefully by monitoring usage patterns, utility costs, and equipment output. This helps us identify waste early on. Next, optimizing HVAC settings is crucial. Using smart controls, seasonal calibration, and regular servicing can significantly reduce excess load. Another important action is upgrading to efficient lighting by replacing old fixtures with LED systems and integrating occupancy-based controls. Finally, prioritizing preventive maintenance is essential. Well-maintained equipment not only runs longer, but also uses less energy and minimizes expensive breakdowns. Together, these practices create a solid foundation for smarter maintenance and construction management. Here we're breaking down the different roles within the maintenance team and how each contributes to keeping the property running smoothly. First, we have the technicians. These are the folks who handle everyday repairs and troubleshooting. They make sure that units, common areas, and equipment stay safe and functional on a daily basis. Next, the ground staff play a key role in maintaining curb appeal. They take care of landscaping, exterior upkeep, seasonal tasks, and overall site cleanliness to keep the property looking its best. Then, there are the specialists. These individuals bring their expertise to skilled tasks like HVAC, electrical, plumbing, and other code-sensitive repairs. Their technical knowledge is crucial for addressing complex issues correctly. Finally, supervisors coordinate everything behind the scenes. They manage schedules, assign work orders, monitor quality, and ensure compliance with safety standards and budget controls. Together, these skilled teams work to keep property systems reliable, safe, and responsive to residents' needs. Understanding these roles helps us appreciate how maintenance personnel collaborate to create a well-maintained living environment. As a property manager leading maintenance operations, there are 5 key responsibilities that ensure everything runs smoothly, stays compliant, and remains responsive to needs. First, planning priorities is essential. This means scheduling preventive maintenance while also making sure urgent repairs get immediate attention. Next, directing people involves coordinating maintenance staff, contractors, and service schedules effectively to keep the workflow organized. The third responsibility is controlling costs, which requires approving spending, comparing bids from vendors, and safeguarding the maintenance budget. Fourth, ensuring compliance is a must, overseeing safety standards, ADA requirements, and making sure all policies are followed strictly. Finally, tracking and communicating is critical. This involves documenting all maintenance work, monitoring results, and keeping both owners and tenants well informed. These 5 areas collectively form the leadership framework for managing property maintenance successfully. When we compare preventive maintenance with reactive maintenance, it's important to understand how each approach affects facility management. Preventive maintenance revolves around scheduled inspections, where we proactively check roofs, HVAC systems, plumbing, and safety systems before problems escalate. This includes routine servicing like cleaning, testing, lubricating, and replacing wear items on a planned cycle. By forecasting repairs early, we can budget effectively, minimize downtime, avoid emergencies, and reduce surprise costs. Ultimately, this leads to lower long-term expenses and extends the life of our assets. On the other hand, reactive maintenance happens only after a failure occurs. Work begins when equipment breaks down, leaks are detected, or tenants report issues. This often means urgent dispatching of teams who must prioritize immediate fixes rather than planned upkeep or system optimization. While quick repairs restore function, they often address just the symptoms, leaving root causes unresolved. This approach carries higher risks, causes more disruption, and results in unpredictable expenses. So the key takeaway here is that preventive maintenance helps us stay ahead, saving costs and improving reliability, whereas reactive maintenance tends to be more costly and disruptive over time. When we look at construction activities, it's important to understand the scope and scale involved. Starting with minor repairs, these are small routine fixes that keep property systems functional, safe, and ready for tenants. Think of things like fixing leaks, replacing broken fixtures, or patching up walls. These activities are essential for day-to-day operations, but usually don't require extensive planning. Then, we move on to renovations. These are larger improvement projects designed to upgrade spaces, extend the life of an asset, or boost its market appeal. Renovations might include updating kitchens, modernizing bathrooms, or reconfiguring layouts to meet new needs. These projects are more complex than minor repairs and often require more coordination and resources. Finally, we have new construction, which involves ground-up building or significant construction work. This level of activity demands contracts, close oversight, budgeting, and strict compliance with building codes. New construction carries the highest level of risk and management responsibility because of its scale and complexity. Overall, as the project scale increases from minor repairs to new construction, the requirements for coordination, risk management, and oversight rise accordingly. This progression helps ensure that each type of activity is handled with the appropriate level of care and expertise. When contracting for new construction, it's crucial to follow a disciplined process to minimize risks, control costs, and ensure compliance. It all starts with clearly defining the scope. This means clarifying your plans, specifications, budget, and what exactly the project needs to deliver. Next, during the bidding and vetting phase, it's important to compare not just pricing, but also licenses, insurance, references, and past experience to select the right contractor. Once you've chosen a partner, negotiating terms is key. Set a clear timeline, payment schedule, responsibilities, and establish rules for handling change orders. As the project progresses, monitoring compliance is essential, making sure all permits are in place, ADA standards are met, safety protocols are followed, and inspections are conducted. Finally, the closeout phase wraps everything up by completing punch lists, collecting warranties, and finalizing all necessary documentation to ensure a smooth handover and project completion. This structured approach keeps the project on track and protects your investment throughout the construction process. Before any work begins, there are several key contracting considerations we need to keep in mind to ensure a smooth process. First, competitive bidding is essential. It's important to compare multiple qualified bids, not just looking at the lowest price, but also evaluating the scope, schedule, and overall value each contractor offers. Next, we need to carefully define the contract terms. This includes detailing the project scope, timelines, payment terms, how change orders will be handled, warranties, and who is responsible for any delays or defects. Additionally, vetting contractors thoroughly is crucial. We should confirm their licenses, insurance coverage, safety history, references, and past performance before awarding the job. Taking these steps helps minimize risks and sets clear expectations for maintenance and construction work ahead. When it comes to ADA compliance and property work, it's crucial that every improvement and maintenance decision supports safe and equal access for everyone, residents, visitors, and employees alike. This means that accessible routes like entrances, ramps, walkways, and common areas must always remain usable and free of barriers. Any renovations or alterations should be done carefully to maintain proper clearances, reach ranges, and all accessible features. Routine inspections play a big role here. Managers need to document any deficiencies, prioritize the necessary corrections, and ensure that all work is properly completed. It's also essential that maintenance teams and contractors are fully aware of ADA requirements before starting any job. Remember, compliance isn't optional or something to tack on later. It has to be built into the day-to-day operation and upkeep of the property to truly provide accessibility for all. Let's talk about accessibility features, which are crucial for ensuring that properties are welcoming and usable for everyone. First, it's essential to maintain accessible routes, entrances, and parking areas. This means regularly checking that signage is clear and ramps, doors, and common areas are all easily navigable. Next, employee training plays a vital role. Staff should be well-versed in how to handle accommodation requests and always apply ADA standards during any maintenance or construction work. This helps prevent unintentional barriers from being created. Documentation is another key area. Keeping detailed records of inspections, repairs, upgrades, and any complaints with the corresponding corrective actions is important for accountability and ongoing compliance. Finally, audit procedures are necessary. Scheduling routine compliance reviews across the property allows you to identify and fix any barriers early on, before they escalate into violations. Together, these practices help property managers stay informed and proactive about ADA standards. Now, let's dive into the different types of maintenance documentation and record keeping that are essential for effective property management. First, work orders play a crucial role. They help us track every request, including the scope, cost, and completion details of each repair. This ensures that all tasks remain visible and accountable from start to finish. Next, maintenance logs are equally important. These logs document routine service activities, inspections, and any recurring issues. By keeping this information organized, we can support preventive maintenance efforts and more accurately plan our budgeting. Finally, compliance records are vital to maintain. They serve as proof of adherence to ADA requirements, safety protocols, and other regulatory standards. Keeping these records up to date helps reduce risks and verifies that we're managing the property responsibly and within legal guidelines. Together, these documents form the backbone of well-organized maintenance and construction management. On this slide, we're focusing on the essential building systems that anyone involved in maintenance or construction should thoroughly understand. First, there's HVAC, which deals with heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, critical for maintaining indoor comfort and air quality. Then we have plumbing, which covers water supply and waste removal, a system you definitely don't want failing unexpectedly. Electrical systems are next, powering everything from lighting to machinery, so their safety and reliability are paramount. We also have structural elements, which form the backbone of the building, ensuring stability and safety. Roofing is another key area, protecting the entire structure from weather and environmental damage. Lastly, safety systems like fire alarms, sprinklers, and emergency lighting are vital to protect occupants and minimize risks during emergencies. The crucial idea here is to know these systems well before any issues arise, allowing you to address problems quickly and prevent them from escalating. Understanding these components inside and out is the foundation of effective maintenance and successful construction management. When it comes to emergency maintenance, having a solid plan in place is absolutely crucial. First, we need to clearly define priority incidents, situations like leaks, outages, fires, gas leaks, security breaches, and severe weather events. Each of these requires specific escalation triggers, so everyone knows exactly when and how to respond without delay. Next, it's essential to keep contact lists up to date and easily accessible. This means having current information for vendors, utilities, staff, and emergency agencies ready to act immediately if something happens. Equipping and training the teams is another key factor. Emergency supplies should be well stocked and response roles rehearsed regularly. That way, when the time comes, everyone knows what to do, reducing confusion and speeding up the response. Communication and documentation are equally important. Timely updates keep everyone informed during the incident, while logging actions and follow-up repairs ensure nothing gets overlooked after the situation is stabilized. Overall, properties that prepare thoughtfully not only respond faster, but also better protect residents and minimize damage. The urgency of these incidents means we have to plan and prepare well before any emergency actually occurs. When planning budgets for maintenance and construction, it's important to allocate funds thoughtfully across several key areas. First, the Capital Reserve Fund typically accounts for 2 to 4% of the asset value annually. This fund is crucial for major replacements, such as roofs, HVAC systems, paving, and other significant infrastructure components. Next, the operational maintenance budget usually makes up the largest portion, about 60 to 75% of the planned maintenance spend. This budget covers the routine services, inspections, labor, supplies, and preventive maintenance tasks that keep everything running smoothly on a day-to-day basis. Lastly, contingency reserves should be set at around 10 to 15% of the project or annual budget. These are essential to protect against unexpected emergency repairs, scope changes, and potential cost increases due to inflation. By carefully dividing the budget in these proportions, we ensure a balanced approach that supports both immediate maintenance needs and long-term asset preservation. When managing vendors and selecting contractors, it's crucial to focus on those who prioritize quality, cost control, and compliance throughout their work. Once the contract is signed, ongoing vendor management is key. This means setting clear scopes, tracking response times, regularly reviewing performance, and holding vendors accountable. Now, when it comes to selection priorities, The first critical step is verifying licensing and insurance. Ensuring that vendors have the proper credentials, liability coverage, and workers' compensation before starting any work protects you from risk. Next, look closely at relevant experience. It's important that the contractor's background aligns with your property type, building systems, and project complexity to ensure they understand the specific requirements. Cost and scope clarity is another high priority. Instead of just choosing the lowest bid, carefully compare detailed proposals, timelines, materials, and any exclusions to avoid surprises later. Reliability and communication are essential as well. Check references, responsiveness, and consistency in documentation to make sure your vendor is dependable day to day. A best practice to streamline future projects and emergencies is to develop a preferred vendor bench. Having trusted partners already in place helps ensure faster responses for recurring services and capital projects. Overall, effective vendor management combines thorough selection and ongoing oversight to keep quality, costs, and compliance on track. Here we see how different technologies come together to transform maintenance management. First, CMMS systems are crucial because they centralize all work orders, service histories, schedules, and asset records in one easily accessible platform. This centralization streamlines communication and helps avoid lost or duplicated tasks. Next, IoT sensors play a major role by continuously tracking leaks, temperature, equipment performance, and overall building conditions in real time. This immediate data allows for quick responses before small issues become costly problems. Mobile apps empower technicians by letting them receive assignments directly on their devices, upload photos for documentation, and close tickets right from the field. This boosts efficiency by reducing paperwork and delays. Data analytics then takes all this information and reveals important trends. With predictive insights, it helps forecast equipment failures and support smarter budgeting and maintenance planning, shifting from reactive to proactive management. Putting all these digital tools together results in smarter oversight, turning maintenance management from a reactive necessity into a strategic advantage that improves operations and cuts costs over time. Now let's focus on sustainable maintenance practices, which play a crucial role in promoting eco-friendly operations. First, prioritizing energy-efficient equipment, lighting, and controls can significantly reduce energy consumption. It's also important to minimize water use by implementing leak detection systems and installing low-flow fixtures. Choosing durable materials and repair methods that generate less waste not only supports sustainability, but also enhances the longevity of assets. Aligning maintenance plans with recognized green building standards ensures compliance and helps meet broader environmental goals. Ultimately, efficient upkeep not only protects the value of your assets, but also lowers their overall environmental impact, creating a win-win situation for both operations and the planet. Maintenance may seem straightforward, but there are some common mistakes that can really drive up costs, increase risks, and frustrate tenants. The first big mistake is deferred maintenance. When minor issues get pushed aside, they often turn into major, expensive repairs and cause unexpected downtime. Second, poor documentation is a hidden problem. Without proper records, it's hard to track what's been done, hold people accountable, or support warranty claims when something goes wrong. Third is inadequate budgeting. If you don't allocate enough funds up front, maintenance gets delayed and you end up spending more, reacting to emergencies. Fourth, weak contractor oversight can create a lot of headaches. When expectations aren't clear, projects suffer from quality problems, delays, and cost overruns. Finally, compliance neglect is a serious risk. Ignoring ADA or safety standards not only endangers people, but also exposes the operation to legal issues. Avoiding these pitfalls is key to effective maintenance and construction management. When it comes to safety standards in maintenance work, there are several crucial points to keep in mind. First and foremost is the use of proper personal protective equipment, or PPE. This means always wearing the right gear for the task at hand, whether that's gloves, eye and hearing protection, or fall protection when working at heights. It's essential to prevent injuries before they happen. Next, we need to ensure full compliance with OSHA regulations. This covers everything from hazard communication and safe ladder use to electrical safety, working in confined spaces, and maintaining proper job site documentation. Following these rules isn't optional. It's a fundamental part of running a safe maintenance operation. Another critical practice is lockout-tagout procedures. Before servicing any equipment, it's vital to isolate energy sources to prevent accidental startups that could cause serious harm. This step protects both the person doing the maintenance and the equipment itself. Regular training and clear reporting protocols are also key. Routine safety training helps keep everyone aware of potential hazards, and incident reporting ensures any risks are addressed proactively, helping us avoid injuries before they occur. Clear, documented procedures make sure safety is part of everyday operations, not an afterthought. Maintaining consistent safety standards helps reduce accidents, minimize downtime, and lowers the risk of regulatory penalties. Ultimately, safe maintenance protects our people, our property, and limits liability exposure. Safety isn't just something we hope for. It's an operating standard built on proper equipment, trained personnel, and strict adherence to documented procedures. These elements are non-negotiable for every maintenance and construction activity we undertake. Here we have a scenario that highlights some common challenges faced when managing a newly completed multifamily property. Even though the property opens with modern systems and fresh finishes, the management team quickly encounters several hurdles. First, there's warranty confusion. The staff needs to clearly distinguish between builder defects, which should be covered under warranty, and routine maintenance tasks. This distinction is crucial because it affects who is responsible for the costs, either the builder or the property ownership. Next is the system learning curve. New HVAC, access control, and energy systems come with their own complexities. The team must invest time in training, establish maintenance schedules, and coordinate vendor support right from day one to avoid operational lapses. The punch list follow-up is another critical area. Any unfinished work that remains after handoff can disrupt tenant occupancy, generate complaints, and delay the smooth running of the property. Staying on top of these punch list items ensures a seamless transition into full operation. Finally, documentation gaps present a significant challenge. Missing manuals, ADA compliance records, and maintenance logs complicate both legal compliance and long-term upkeep. Proper, organized documentation is essential for effective property management. The core lesson here is that even though it's a brand new construction, disciplined and proactive maintenance management is still vital to ensure everything runs efficiently and costs are controlled. This case study really underscores how critical it is to address these challenges early on for successful property operations. To sum up, strong basic maintenance procedures are essential for protecting both the value of the property and its day-to-day operations. By managing energy efficiency effectively, we can significantly lower costs and enhance the property's long-term performance. Clear roles and responsibilities for maintenance personnel and managers are crucial to achieving effective results, ensuring that everyone knows what is expected of them. When it comes to construction work, disciplined contracting, careful oversight, and solid coordination are necessary to avoid issues and keep projects on track. Lastly, compliance with ADA standards isn't optional. It's a fundamental part of every property improvement and repair decision to ensure accessibility for all. These key takeaways highlight the foundational elements for successful maintenance and construction management. To deepen your understanding of property maintenance and construction, start by reviewing Chapter 10 thoroughly. Complement this with the supplemental articles, such as New Construction Homeowners Take on More Maintenance and Property Maintenance 101, which provide practical insights. There are also 2 helpful videos, one focusing on repairs and improvements for real estate investors, and another covering essential property maintenance knowledge. To reinforce key terms, procedures, roles, and compliance concepts, use the Unit 10 Quizlet flashcards. Your best next step is to combine these resources as you prepare for class discussions or assessments. Be sure to complete the chapter review and be ready to explore how maintenance ties into energy efficiency, construction activities, and ADA compliance. For easy access to all these materials, check your LMS module page where the links and assignments are organized. And if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor through the course messaging tool.